What's up, Market Snipers? It's Jesse. It's about 5:45 p.m. my time on Monday. Some of you are in a different time zone, so it could be Tuesday for you. If so, good morning. So I'm just going to do a quick 5 to 8 minute video on Bitcoin update, and I'll get it uploaded to Twitter subscribers and Discord members. So appreciate everyone's support. Thank you, and hope everyone's doing well and you had a good weekend. All right, let's jump right into it. So Bitcoin weekly chart, we had that buy signal all the way back in early January, and it's been a bullish longer term uptrend ever since. Of course, there's retracements along the way. We had one back in March, and then we had a retracement back in June. And then after this last move up, we've just been consolidating sideways for, this is at the start of the fourth week that's been consolidating sideways. As they say, the trend is your friend until the end. And that's why I put like this green arrow pointing upwards, because we're still trending upwards. We got the upward trend line, price trend line. We've got the green trending dots trending upwards still. We got RSI, weekly at 61. We've got the MACD had another bullish crossover and is currently above the zero line. So there are several reasons why it's still a longer term uptrend. If you follow the 200-week moving average or the 200-day moving average, I don't know what the 200-day is right now, but the 200-week moving average price is above that. Many consider that a bull market, or bullish, right? So bullish trend, and it is. So it's regained it. It's back above it, and so it's still trending upwards until it's not, right? And so that's where the red arrow is here. I put it down below the trend line, so we're always aware of when things start looking like they possibly could break down. Be aware of it, lock in those profits and move on, right? All right, so but there are signs of a retracement, and that's why I drew out that yellow line. You can see it just so happens to kind of line up where that next potential green trending dot is. So maybe it'll find support, right around that 28,900 or 29,000 area. And I'll show you why on the daily chart now. On the daily chart, this is what I'm looking at, and this is what I've been pointing out. Let me pull one thing over real fast. There we go. So for the retracement purposes, knowing that we're looking at the weekly chart and it's still bullish, we had bearish divergence on the sharpshooter RSI indicator, and we also had a RSI sell on that as well, and it's trending downwards, right? Now the bullish part of it is it's still above RSI 50, so it could find support and bounce. MACD had a bearish crossover, but it's still above the zero line, so it could find support, on the zero line and then bounce. Here, we had in the Discord for the recorded coaching, the sharpshooter package, we had a potential sell on Bitcoin on our crypto and stock screener. The bot alerted us on the 14th of a potential sell. So that was this candle here. Let me zoom in here. So this candle here, we had a potential sell. And then today I posted, there was a pending sell signal on Bitcoin. And it ended up closing, high enough to where there currently is no pending sell signal. So maybe that happens on this candle, or maybe it comes back up, retests these trending dots, and then comes back down. Similar to how I drew this path out a few days ago. And that's how it could do, because if I were to map out the targets, target 1 is probably about right here. This is roughly where target 2 is. That's why I kind of drew it out like that. And then there's a third deeper retracement target here. And so it could do that as well. So, whether it hits this target and bounce, the second target, which seems like, that's kind of just where I drew it, where I thought it might go. And then it could come down here too. And those retracements could just be a wick, right? Doesn't mean it's going to be closing down there. So it could be fast. And in the meantime, just continue to consolidate sideways before the next move up, right? So that's why I think there's a bearish retracement coming in. Doesn't mean it's going to be a deep one, could be a shallow one, but even so, you're still looking at about let's see, even from here, 5% retracement possibly. And we always like to know where we know things are changing we think it's going to be a bounce, or I think it's going to be a bounce until it's not, right? As long as the higher time frames are bullish, I'm gonna assume that there's going to be a bounce. But where I would start thinking it might be different is the indicators are looking bearish, comes down here like that, bounces, maybe puts in a lower high, and then comes back down. And so as long as prices along up above this trend line, from the weekly chart, the trending dots are still up there. Maybe there's the breakdown of that's why I have the red arrow down below the upward trend line, right? So I know it's kind of a lot. I take a look at the weekly chart a lot, and I look at the daily chart because that's what I'm making the trading decisions based off of. And so I'm going to assume it's a bounce until, if it starts breaking down from this upper trend line, then, I'm sure the weekly indicators going to start looking more bearish at that point as well too. So, but we're not there yet. So we'll keep going, and I'll get this uploaded today. Thanks for everyone's support. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good weekend, and I'll see you on the next video.